Hi guys, this is Swati here and today's video is going to be about oral hygiene and particularly about tonsil stones. I personally believe that hygiene is such an important part of your life and your personality, but people generally overlook this. Oral hygiene is something which generally people overlook because it is something which cannot be determined by one itself. That a person cannot really tell by himself if his breath is not nice because of a process called acclimation, in which the person gets used to one's own breath and he cannot really tell, and that's why it is not something which people really pay attention to, in my opinion, and mostly people are not even aware of tonsil stones. In case you're wondering what are tonsil stones, I will cover that in my video, and just in case you do not know what are tonsil stones, please watch this video, because it might be possible that you've already experienced this, but maybe that you just don't know that it is tonsil stones. I personally had tonsil stones for a very long time, but I was myself not aware about this concept. I got to know about this only once, I think 2-3 years back, when I was researching about apple cider vinegar, and then I came across this term called tonsil stones, and then I started reading about it. And then I figured out that I've had this, and I read so many articles in which it was that you cannot really do anything about it. It's a medical problem. You have to cut your tonsils. And now I really don't get tonsil stones. I don't even remember the last time I got it, and I've not cut my tonsils. I've not done anything to them. I've just tried to do some home remedies which worked for my tonsil stones, and I had very small tonsil stones. There was nothing big about it. In case you have really big ones and it's a big problem for you, I would not advise you to watch this video because it won't be helpful. In case you have normal tonsil stones or medium tonsil stones, then please continue watching. This might be just very helpful for you. And also for this video, I will not be using any scientific terms because I want this video to be helpful to as many people as possible. So I will be explaining in very simple language about this whole concept. So without wasting time, let's get into the video. So coming to what are tonsil stones, basically tonsil stones are accumulation of bacteria in the crypts of your tonsils. Now why this happens is that when you have large tonsils, or if you are infected, generally you get big tonsils. Now big tonsils like this, when they shrink, they make crypts or fold in the tonsils. When you eat something, these food particles get stuck in the folds or in the crypts. Now the bacteria starts reacting with this food particle, and then it starts accumulating in that place, and slowly the small particle becomes a big, and it develops a stone. Now this stone, it generally comes out on its own, and it is yellowish in color, and it does not smell good at all. It has a pungent smell to it. Now depending on the size of the tonsil stone, the smell, the pain associated with it can vary from person to person. If you have large tonsil stones, it could be very problematic for you, as in to eat food, maybe that it is causing pain or headache and some issues like that. Generally for people, these stones are really small and it does not cause any other problem, but in case you're like me, who's so obsessed with oral hygiene, then this might be a big problem for you and you would want to get rid of this. Now, having understood the concept of tonsil stones, you might be wondering how actually you can get rid of it. In case you have big tonsil stones and it is very problematic, then of course it is advised to you to go for operating these tonsil stones and get it removed permanently, which is a good solution, and it is a permanent solution to the issue of tonsil stones. But in case your tonsil stones are small and it is not very problematic, then you can do a lot of home remedies to actually get rid of this. Here are my few tips to actually get rid of tonsil stones at home. Number one would be cleaning your tongue. Now this is so important. Even if you do not have tonsil stones, it is so important to clean your tongue. Cleaning tongue is as important as cleaning your teeth and brushing every day, because the bacteria generally accumulates in the tongue, which actually causes bad breath. My second tip is of course brushing your teeth after every meal. After every meal, you do not have to really like brush it with the paste and all. Just brushing it lightly would do, and properly brushing the teeth twice a day is of course unavoidable and you have to do it. My third remedy is to actually moisturize your mouth, and you can do this by drinking water, because the perfect environment for this bacteria to grow is a dry mouth, and if you keep it moisturized it will be difficult for this bacteria to grow, and you can just control this tonsil stones by moisturizing your mouth. And my fourth point comes from this one, that is avoiding alcohol and smoking, because smoking and drinking alcohol will make your mouth dry, and which will of course increase the tonsil stones. Fifth tip is something which I myself read somewhere, and it was so difficult for me to incorporate myself. I will not say that I completely abide by this one, but I try as much as to avoid it. That is to avoid dairy, because dairy products actually accelerate the production of tonsil stones in the tonsils. So that's my another remedy for tonsil stones. If you can incorporate them, there is nothing like it, then please go ahead and do it. I would not say that I've completely incorporated this in my life. I still have dairy and I love it. My sixth tip is, of course, gargle with apple cider vinegar. Now this is how I came to know about tonsil stones, and I had to do this, and I think this is very, very effective on tonsil stones. My seventh tip is to physically remove the tonsil stones from the crypts of your tonsils, and you can do this with the help of a earbuds or else with paper rolls. You can roll the paper like this, and you can remove it from your tonsils, and I think this way is more effective than using a earbud. My eighth remedy, it's so difficult to show like this. Yeah, so my eighth remedy is to floss your teeth after meals, and it will prevent any food particle to be stuck in your teeth, and hence it would reduce the risk of tonsil stones. Coming to my ninth and my last remedy, that is to use a water prick. I have personally not used a water prick in my life. I did not need it, but just in case these remedies are not working for you, you can try the water pricks. These are specifically made for cleaning your mouth, and particularly tonsil stones. I think they will be very helpful for you in case your tonsil stones are big. So guys, that's all for my video on tonsil stones. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel. See you soon with another video. Till then, bye bye.